James Worthy, Robert Horry, Mike Bresnahan, Aline Trudell are going to have some fun down there at the arena. They'll be handling the post-game duties. The Lakers win the series in dominant fashion. Let's remember back when they started 2-10, 8 games under 500. They finally got to 500 on March 24th. Tonight, a special night. Jack back in the building. The crowd wanted it. This franchise wanted it. And Big Game James, they got it done. They're moving on to the semifinals of the Western Conference. Give it to them.
I want everybody to send me in a nice little worthy clap because these guys did what they were supposed to do at home. I lost my voice because we've been screaming watching the game.
So much fun.
The way the Lakers season started, 2-10. I think they had a percentage of, 0.3 or something like that to even make the playoffs. For them to not fold, because it would have been easier to just lose confidence with all the injuries and the record and all that, and the play in, having to fight. But man, they showed some courage and putting their attitude in the right place and developing a team and picking at the right time. And tonight was an example of all that coming together. The trade, bringing in new players, get some time together, the defense coming back to where we knew it could be consistent, because tonight was a defensive performance to what they did tonight. Having a closeout at home. And I think before the game, we all talked about how some of the role players are going to be key. And, whether they started or not, Reeves, D'Angelo Russell's, he saved us the other night. He saved us 3 games in a row pretty much.
Yeah.
He hit those 3, got us back. Then in Memphis, hit some big threes. I'm excited. I'm very happy for the team. There's a lot to talk about, but I'm just really, really happy that they were able to.
And we have a lot to talk about. We're going to be with you for 90. I want you guys to hold your thoughts. The pick of your life, take your shot. D'Angelo Russell. Let's go back downtown. D-Lo with Mike Trudell.
Ciao, D-Lo.
All right, D'Angelo Russell, what a night here. How do you put all this into context? Just thinking about when you were drafted, everything you've been through for the last several years, to coming through the way that you did tonight, helping your team advance to the next round.
Man, good come to good, honestly. To be in a position to make the best out of my situation. Obviously, y'all know what I've been through. Ain't no secret. But to be on top and go with this franchise to the next round and get another opportunity to control what we want to control, it's a blessing, honestly.
When did you start to feel that rhythm with the shot, particularly from 3? And what did it feel like just as the ball went through the crowd, the whole experience tonight?
Shots were just falling, honestly. We was getting it done on defense, getting easy ones. We got off to a great start and it never allowed them to get back into it. So for our group, for our starting 5, to lock into the game plan and to give us some cushion, our second group came in and did their thing, and we came back out and finished it.
Darvin Ham shortened the rotation a little bit tonight. You guys are up 33 after 3 quarters. Defensively, D'Lo, really an impressive, comprehensive effort. AD, of course, leading the way. But what was working so effectively defensively?
I mean, Bron and AD, they both was dominating the game, offensively and defensively. Vando's been doing a great job all series. Austin Reeves been dominating, trying to keep Bane under check. Just for our group, I think it was a collective group thing. No one guy, did that. Our group did it, and this was the result.
Team was, in terms of wins and losses, not in good shape at the trade deadline. You come here and, along with the other guys acquired, add quite a boost, D'Lo. Now, you beat the number 2 seed. You're going to face the winner of Sacramento and Golden State. They play on Sunday. What are you going to be thinking about for the next round now as you guys get a couple days to rest and observe that game?
Like you said, we don't know who we play yet. Let this marinate for a sec. I'm going to get some Cocoa 5 in my system, and we'll go from there.
All right, you got the plug-in. I appreciate it, man.
Appreciate y'all. Thank you.
D'Angelo Russell, one of the many heroes tonight. He had 31, a playoff high for him. We'll talk plenty of D'Lo. Rob, what's that say?
Largest win by a 7 seed.
What's the headline, Rob?
It says, whoop that trick. And if y'all don't know what that means every time Memphis Grizzlies win a game, they have this song that comes on. It's called Whip That Trick. Mm-hmm. What movie was that from?
Don't know.
Can't say it on TV.
So the largest margin by far, by a 7th seed. 40 points. 125 to 85. You know, in the pregame show, we had a cool segment at the end there where we talked about some of the great Game 6s in Laker history. I want to put this one right there, at least for us in our 11 years that we've all been together. That was probably the most fun we've had watching a game. There are so many heroes to talk about, guys, individually, but let's talk about the team defensively. Rob, I'll let you go first. I mean, talk about setting the tone, active hands, steals. AD was the best defensive player in the world tonight, without a doubt.
When you think about defensive dominance throughout the history of the NBA, what AD did tonight has to rank in the top 5. Might be the top 3 because he was able to control the paint. He was able to block shots. He was able to get steals. And sometimes when a guy gets an early foul, he kind of backs off. Not AD. That one block he got from behind on Ja and controlled it and started a break, that's incredible. And because usually you'd be like, no, I'm going to back off because you're going to need me down the line. And what I really like about it, he was all-out effort. He didn't try to save anything for the offensive end. He said, I'm going to do it all on the defensive end. And you got to appreciate that. And second, they don't give enough credit to the coaches, but tonight, that defensive plan and AD's backing was great tonight.
Brez, they showed a graphic at the end of the third quarter. It was 13-0 blocks. Lakers to Memphis. It ended up 15-2.
Thanks for pointing that out, Geet. I got a few numbers here I scratched out. Had a lot of time to go through the stats for the series in that fourth quarter. AD had 26 block shots. Jaren Jackson Jr., the Defensive Player of the Year, he had 12 block shots. Where was he? More important to me, Dillon Brooks for the series, guys, the guy who said LeBron was old, the guy who before the series began said, yeah, I can't wait to eliminate LeBron in the first round. He shot 31% in the series, Dillon Brooks. Finally, Desmond Bain, the guy who said there would be a Game 7 Sunday in Memphis. He was 5 for 16 tonight.
Give it to him, Brez.
That's all I got.
Give it to him, Brez.
That's all I got.
Say those 3 words. Whoop that.
Give it to him, Brez. Oh, man, those are some great numbers. Big game. It's funny. 26 blocks. It says he only has 5 tonight. I swear, Robin, I counted 10. But it's something that you've used over the years. How many did he disrupt and change and alter is the word you always use?
At least 8 to 10.
Yeah.
Because guys are getting into the paint where they normally shoot floaters, and they knew he was there, and they neglected to shoot and passed it out. And so, yeah, the ones he got his hands on were incredible, but the ones he altered and changed, look at that. I mean, he's like, not tonight. Now, when he came here, he wanted to be Defensive Player of the Year. That's Defensive Player of the Year right there, when you're playing like that on a regular basis.
And here's the thing, like, the guys who are always in the running for Defensive Player of the Year, they don't have to do what AD has to do on offense. That's the irony of the whole thing. But AD, listen, this is a perfect game for him. He didn't have to score 30. He scored 16 on 6 of 9. He was 4 for 4 from the free throw line. He had 14 rebounds. Like, that's a great blueprint. If some games he's going to have to go for 30, but he didn't need to.
He didn't need to because you had D'Lo who had it going. You had Reeves who had it going, LeBron. When you got so many guys that are shooting the ball extremely well,
Vanderbilt. Yep.
we were like, okay, you know what? Let's just play basketball. And AD played great basketball tonight because you can look at a lot of guys, they're going to have a great offensive side and the defensive side is not that good. But he had a perfect night on both ends of the floor. This is probably one of the greatest performances that he's had in a Laker uniform, where he just, for me, on the defensive end, and just taking what was given to him. Because we didn't go to him a lot, because D'Lo had it going, but when he did, D'Lo was over the top to AD. And what I like best is he wasn't like, okay, do your thing. I'm going to sit back and wait and get mine, and we're going to win this game like they won this game.
Yeah. D'Lo, guys, he was shooting 36.8% in this series coming into tonight.
Yeah.
12 for 17. That's like Shaq numbers.
Hey, Brez.
12 for 17.
His first game
that's not
in his playoff career shooting over 50%.
How about that?
Yeah.
How about timing?
Yeah.
He's been timely the whole series. I mean, he had a rough game 2 and 3, no doubt about it. Really shot them to that win in game 4. The 3 threes
was navigating. He was the guy facilitating 10 quick points. And now D'Lo's confidence is up here, and LeBron is just doing his thing.
Yeah, by the way, LeBron and AD both sat the entire fourth quarter. They don't play again until Tuesday. They're going to await the winner if Golden State sack. They play in a Game 7 on Sunday. Lakers, they get the rest. They get the chill. as tired as they looked 2 days ago in Memphis, they didn't look real tired tonight, did they?
Real quick, last thing on AD.
bed.
Yeah, last thing on AD, because I want you two to jump in on D'Lo. We gave that stat in the pregame show. He was plus 38 in the series. The team was minus 33 when he was off the floor for those 52, 54 minutes, whatever it was. I think he was plus 31 after 3 quarters tonight. I mean, do the math. Ridiculous. I do want to get you in on D'Lo, both of you guys. He saved it for the right night, too. Like, I mean, what a great night for him. The team that drafted him, he gets traded. We all know he's a free agent coming up, and there's been a lot of talk about that. But he delivered in a big moment on the big stage for the team that drafted him. It has to feel pretty good.
It does, Geeter. And, he never, gave up on himself. When he had those moments where maybe the shots weren't knocking, going down for him, and not tonight's game, but the previous game we had here in L.A., he saved us with those. You need sharpshooters like that, man, and now his confidence, I don't think it ever wavered. I just think he just wasn't knocking down shots. So he stayed in there mentally, and he's a really unique, unorthodox, crafty left-handed player. The way he can get his 3 off quickly without you knowing it, he just has a quick release, crafty when he's going downhill, and he's best in the pick and roll. And his defense, I thought, was really, really good in the first half. It was good.
Great tonight. Active. 31 points total. But, Rob, his third quarter was pretty special. 4 for 5 from 3. 14 points. That's kind of what that was the signature, at least, game for him. Was that third quarter, right?
Yes, it was. But I want to backtrack a little bit. I think what got his 3 game going was he attacked the basket. He got early. He got to see some shots fall. Every shooter likes to see shots fall. We talked about it in the pregame. How if you get that one to go, okay, you think the basket is big as the ocean.
Rob, that's a great point. Real quick, 0 for 3 at halftime from 3.
Yeah.
D'Lo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he kept attacking the basket. He got those shots off. And that's the most important thing for a shooter. Let's be honest. D'Lo is a shooter. He's a streaky shooter, and he can score. But when he's been aggressive, going to the paint, scoring in the paint, getting that floater, finding AD over the top, it gets him going. He's that type of, when I say this, I don't mean it in a bad way. He's that type of cocky player. But once he gets that window, he's like, oh, you in trouble.
Yeah.
And so now he put Memphis in trouble. He started going after them. And also, like you said, his defense picked up. It's amazing how when players making shots, they can play on the defensive end. And he played great defense. He was very active with his hands. Got a lot of tip